Good morning. I'm Abigail Palos Simbre, and I am a teacher at Reynaldo A. Calalay Memorial Elementary School here in Quezon City. I'm currently taking my doctorate degree at the Philippine Normal University, Manila. My heart is full and grateful to be part of this event. Thank you, Ateneo EducFrontiers. Now, this study, which I'm about to present to you, is all about the experiences of parents on distance learning. Even before the pandemic, the Department of Education had always advocated the achievement of the fourth Sustainable Development Goal, which is to deliver quality education with the principle no child left behind. The pandemic hindered, or maybe we can say redirected us to achieving this. To address this, the Department of Education ensured that education must be sustained locally. This is in accordance with the Department Order number 12 series of 2020, or the adoption of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for school year 2020-2021. The Department of Education also came up with the identification of the most essential learning competencies, or MELCs, to lighten up the curriculum and assist schools in navigating the limited number of school days. With this initiative, parents and guardians play very important parts as teacher partners in educating their children. The local government of Quezon City lent 176,000 tablets for its high school and some elementary school students to assist them with their virtual classes. Now, for this, Congressman Reynaldo A. Calalay Memorial Elementary School received 203 tablets for their intermediate students. In doing this study, I thought that it would be great to consider parents' experiences during COVID time to create policies and programs specifically intended for parental involvement and support. Now, this will not only help them help their children, but also help our teachers make better strategies in managing their remote classes and relationships with the parents. This study aimed to describe parents' experiences on distance learning, the challenges that they had and how they addressed them at home, and to describe how the school assisted them in teaching their children. This was qualitative in nature, and it was done through virtual focus group discussions via Google Meet. And because of connectivity problems, some parents sent their responses through social networking site messaging platforms. Two parents were invited for each level, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, one was not able to come. So there were a total of 11 participants whose children are enrolled under blended online modular modality. Now, during the discussion, most of the parent participants described it that their experience was generally difficult and tiring. As this experience is very new to them, they are still trying their best to cope with the different situations of blended distance online learning. And during the focus group discussion, most of the parent participants talked about the following concepts as their challenges, and they are the following: time management, child discipline and supervision, knowledge on lessons, household chores, and gadget sharing as their greatest challenges. Their usual pre pandemic routines had drastically changed as their roles as parents and teachers merged and interconnect with each other. Parents had complained about time management as the most challenging aspect on distance learning because of employment, business, taking care of other children and household chores. And many of them mentioned that their jobs and businesses were compromised because of their learning setup, distance learning setup. Some parents also mentioned that, however busy their days went, they make it a point to check on their children's notes and activities before going to bed. So they juggle their roles as parents, workers, and teachers so they could supervise their children's lessons. What makes it even more challenging is that when they have time, their children are no longer in the mood. So one parent said that she has to go to work at night and check her children's schoolwork before she goes to sleep, while others said that they lose much time and attention for their small businesses. Moreover, other parents also said that they have to finish all house chores before they can really sit and teach their children or check what their children learned during the day. Now, with the coalescence of different roles of parents nowadays at home, uh, it had greatly affected their mental health, as they said. This is how disrupted their daily routines were in this school year. Now, during the discussion, most of them spoke about child discipline as a challenge for them during this time of distance learning. And one of them complained that it takes her a day to scold and nag her son before he can finish his tasks. So she also said that he does not easily cooperate with her. However, it is very notable that parents with both female and male children said that the former are easier to handle and are more manageable as compared to their counterparts. Although some parents with older children say that teaching is not as hard as those with younger children, they were relieved that their older children who can study on their own with very minimal supervision are very helpful in terms of teaching their younger siblings. A parent with three children had repeatedly stated that she gets help from her older children. So, with regards to the parents' knowledge on the lessons, a parent said that she must also study her children's lessons so that she can teach them better. And she spends a lot of time watching videos and notes on how to teach her child's lessons. Parents also talked about how hard it is for them to keep their children's focus on the lesson. They mentioned that mobile games are their top distractions, and some of them complained that their children are distracted with smartphone games and some YouTube videos even during online classes. They also mentioned that there was not enough pressure to force their children to focus on their studies, and they agreed that learning and teaching is more effective at school. Aside from those challenges, parents also complained about not having enough gadgets for their children to use and the wobbly, unstable internet connection of both the students and the teachers affect the teaching learning situation. Though most of them have enough gadgets for all their children to use, a parent said that her other children are enrolled under pure modular modality to accommodate the other siblings to take longer classes online. On the other hand, they mentioned that bad internet connection gets in the way of having substantial classes. This issue is not just for the students but also with the teachers. And schools are expected to provide the needed support that parents need to help them with their instructions at home. In general, the parent participants did not complain much on these, as they said their teachers were very supportive and responsive to all queries they have. And they stated that whenever they had questions, the teachers usually respond as early as 30 minutes to even a few hours. They agreed that their teachers never failed to respond on anything they asked them. And they said their teachers gave all the necessary instructions and announcements through their messenger group chats. So it's all up to the parents to check regularly. However, despite the physical limitations, schools are, as prescribed by the above mentioned memorandum, they provided their learners self-learning modules and worksheets along with the weekly home learning plans to better guide the students and parents with the lessons and limit them their screen time. And in addition, the department, along with the teacher, writers, and contributors, they continuously develop the DEPED Commons and the Learning Resource Portal to better provide parents and students the materials they need in teaching their children at home. And in turn, teachers are tasked to give performance task-based activities and video lessons for students who missed to join their online classes and for students under the pure modular modality. Despite these efforts, these parents who can be considered matured in child rearing still struggle much on time management and child discipline and supervision. Hence, the school should consider conducting parenting seminars to help parents with time management and child discipline concerns and to help them manage their time and deal with the discipline issues. Suggested that, as suggested, parents could, now with these, the school should consider conducting parenting seminars to help parents with time management and child discipline concerns to help them manage their time and deal with discipline issues better. Parents could also give suggestions to other parents which can be used to address specific parenting challenges. Another program to consider is the Parent Helping Parents program, wherein parents help other parents in terms of sharing, teaching, and discipline strategies, their best practices, and experiences in child rearing. Now, this is like the responsive parenting program designed by Greenstead to use parents to help other parents in terms of managing the behavior of their children through training and retraining of parents. This program may be done in partnership with the school's teachers club, general parent teacher association, the homeroom parent teacher association, and the local community council. These sharing and trainings will be in the form of webinars and or I mean live in person seminars. Now, this is like the responsive parenting program designed by Greenstead to use parents to help other parents in terms of managing the behavior of other children through training and retraining of parents. This program may be done in partnership with the school's teachers club, general parent teacher association, the homeroom PTA, and the local community council. These sharing and trainings will be in the form of webinars or maybe, if allowed, in-person seminars. Moreover, the school may also strengthen their information dissemination strategies to better reach all parents whose children use pure modular learning modality. With the help of the Teachers Club and the GPTA and HRPTA, all advisories will be posted in the school's website and maybe social media pages. And for students with limited connections, advisories should be sent through social SMS. Another program to consider is having a values formation among parents and value and learners so that parents can be more aware of their roles in the system, delegation of authority, and child and labor sharing. Families and school should have complementary functions so that the goals of the students can be better achieved. On the bright side, parents have mentioned about their children's improved independence and better computer skills. However, they noticed the decline of their children's social skills and enthusiasm in doing their school tasks. Since they mentioned about these, it is recommended that further studies on these be done so that interventions can be made.